Have you ever had this kind of experience? You come across a video that doesn't seem very interesting at first, but when you see the huge number of comments and likes, you decide to give it a chance. After watching, you can't help but open the comment section and scroll through all the witty remarks left by other viewers. Why are we drawn to stay by those highly liked comments? And why do we spend our time and energy reading the comments? Do other people's reactions really matter? Today, let's take a closer look at why we just can't help but read the comments. First, thank you for making it this far into the video. Since you didn't just scroll past because this video isn't getting much attention, you must be a viewer with a strong sense of individuality and a lot of curiosity. In the vast information marketplace of social media, our time and attention are like scarce currency. When faced with an overwhelming amount of content, our brains instinctively look for shortcuts, and the number of likes and comments serves as that shortcut. This behavior is known in psychology as social proof. Its power lies in our belief that if most people are doing something, then it must be right. It's just like a classic social psychology experiment, the Asch conformity experiment. The Asch conformity experiment is a classic study on conformity conducted by psychologist Asch in 1956, also known as the line judgment experiment. He used college students as participants, with each group consisting of 7 people sitting in a row. Among them, 6 were Confederates arranged in advance by the experimenter, and only 1 was the actual subject. Each time, the experimenter would show everyone 2 cards. One card had a standard line labeled X, and the other card had 3 lines labeled A, B, and C. The length of X was clearly the same as one of the 3 lines A, B, or C. The experimenter asked the participants to judge which of the 3 lines A, B, or C was the same length as line X. The experimenter always arranged for the real participant to answer last in the specified order. In the first and second tests, there was no difference among the participants. From the 3rd to the 12th trial, the first 6 fake participants deliberately gave the wrong answers as instructed beforehand, creating a group pressure that contradicted the facts. This allowed the researchers to observe whether the real participant would exhibit conformity in response. The results of Asch's repeated experiments were very similar. The experiments showed that about 1/4 to 1/3 of the participants maintained their independence and did not exhibit conformity. On average, the overall conformity rate among all participants was 35%. About 15% of the participants conformed in 75% of the trials. After the experiment, Asch interviewed the participants who had conformed. He summarized 3 types of conformity. First, some participants genuinely used others' responses as a reference framework, leading to perceptual distortion and incorrect observations. Second, some participants realized that what they saw was different from others, but believed that the majority was probably more correct than themselves. This led to a distortion in judgment. Third, some participants knew that the others were wrong, but still followed along and gave incorrect responses, resulting in a distortion of behavior. This experiment powerfully demonstrated that when faced with uncertainty, we are willing to abandon our own judgment in order to follow the choices of the group. Similarly, a video with lots of likes and comments is like having been collectively validated by the public. Subconsciously, we think that if so many people have watched it and said it's good, then the chance of my time being wasted is very small. This is the simplest form of risk avoidance. It helps us quickly make decisions amid an overwhelming amount of information. Once we've already invested our time, the purpose of reading comments completely changes. It's no longer about risk avoidance, but about gaining additional value. There are mainly 2 psychological drivers behind this. One is seeking emotional resonance and achieving cognitive closure. When a video makes you laugh out loud or a story moves you to tears, you instinctively go to the comments section to find others who feel the same way. When you see comments like "I laughed like a pig," ha ha ha, or "I teared up instantly after watching," you realize your own emotions are being echoed. The comments section is like a huge emotional echo chamber. This collective resonance makes us feel that we are not alone, thus satisfying our basic need for social connection. The second driver is the pursuit of content upgrades and gaining additional value. The comment section itself is also a form of content. We read the comments to gain added value that the video itself can't directly provide. For example, with a movie clip, the comment section might have users pointing out hidden Easter eggs. Or with a life hack, someone in the comments might share an even more efficient alternative. When you spend time watching the video and then check the comments, it's like getting a sense of high reward for little effort. This is an efficient way to filter information, and it also serves as a secondary reward for the time you've already invested. So when we read comments, we're not just seeing what others have to say, we're also avoiding risks and seeking added value at a low cost. If this video has inspired you even a little, please leave your valuable first like. And if you're curious about some of the subtle psychological details in daily life, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm Zuzu, who loves asking questions. See you next time.